chickpea patties in pita bread. So we're not using pita bread today, we're using some nice folded flatbreads because I prefer a flatbread to a pita bread. Dried ones work out cheaper as well. A bit more prep involved in getting them to this stage, but they are considerably cheaper. The recipe that you're following, it says just to use chickpeas. I quite like the beans. Beans and chickpeas work together, it makes a nice little patty, spicy bean burger type situation going on. And so yeah, we're going to do a tin of each rather than 2 tins of chickpeas, just to keep it more interesting. Give them a crush. You want to keep some texture, so you don't want it completely smooth. You want a bit of texture in there. If you have a food processor, just chuck it in your food processor, give it a couple of blitz. Add your onion. Add your carrot, add your garlic, all in together. Just going to go with a teaspoon of curry powder, a few mustard seeds, just because I like them, a bit of turmeric, just a pretty colour. Then we're going to add some lovely fresh parsley, just roughly chopped, doesn't have to be nice. Fresh chilli is optional, it's entirely up to you. You can take the seeds out, you can leave the seeds in. Again, it's personal preference. You can use flour, any flour you've got in the cupboard, anything dry really, just kind of bind it all together to help you form it into patties. Doesn't really matter what you use. A nice squeeze of lemon juice. Get a nice ball of it. Bring it up. And then just make it into a burger shape. Beautiful thing about these, you can make them a couple of days in advance, get them in the bottom of your fridge. They'll keep in the freezer for 3 months. For timings, you're looking at sort of 3 or 4 minutes a side, medium hot pan. What you can do, which works quite well, is if you start it in a frying pan, cook it one side, turn it, and then put it in a roasting tray and bang it in the oven. Finish it in the oven for like 3 or 4 minutes, just leave it in the oven, forget about it. You can crack on with something else when it's in there rather than leaving it sat on top of the stove. If you're going to finish them in the oven, 170, 175 degrees, 3 or 4 minutes. You just want to get a nice bit of colour but not burn. Nice little Greek yoghurt. The recipe just says yoghurt and garlic. We're going to add a few herbs, a little bit of seasoning, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Just going to rough chop the herbs, a little bit of salt and pepper. Imagine you're just building a burger, it's probably the best way of describing it. So instead of burger buns, we're using the flatbreads. You can use the pita bread, whatever you like, whatever bread you prefer. Right, so we get the bread. So now we're just, the lovely dressing that we made earlier, we're just going to put a nice spoonful on the bread.